So I spent 20 years, not in full time because I was working and having some other activities in this time. And you know, many things happen in my life. And then I was in a village, very quiet in a house, taking care of the gardens and doing some work for some people and enjoying nature and practicing yoga and writing. And then when I finished my book, it happens that the best for me was to come back to India. And so I came back again after 24 years, and it was again very wonderful. I wanted to go to Ramana Maharshi ashram, but I didn't know in which town it was. And in the plane, my neighbor, it was a young Indian engineer, without me speaking of Ramana Maharshi, he said, "But why don't you go to Tiruvannamalai? There are holy persons, temples, and also there is the ashram of Ramana Maharshi. And if you want, we can go together." And I thought we were going maybe by train. But when we arrived at the airport, all his family was waiting for him in a van. And so I had this time, you know, spending all the day with the family. They accepted me like their own child, you know, and you know, offering me beautiful food. We stopped to visit temples, and there was so much, you know, love between them and love with me. Well, I had very much emotion, and I couldn't believe it was like a dream. Coming back to India again and being inside the family, you know, even we welcome a ceremony when we arrived in the house. And then after the dinner, they found someone to bring me to Tiruvannamalai, other people. And these people that I was not knowing at all, they just find a place for me for the night. And the next day, it was Sunday, I had no Indian rupee. So they just they sent me to an hotel. They brought me to an hotel and they paid for me. And they paid for me and say, now we go back to Chennai, just completely disinterested. But by chance, you know, I remember that I had some euros, not only travel checks, so I could give to them. But otherwise, completely, you know, giving me without anything back. And so it was my coming back in India. After I went to the ashram, and then to Auroville, and back to France, and then I decided to arrange everything in France to be able to come back to Auroville. And since about a little more than 1 year, I'm in Auroville. And really, here, it's the first time of my life that I'm able, you know, to express all the sides of my personality. Of course, it is an adventure, it's not always easy, and I have to overcome many difficulties inside me, or sometimes even a little bit outside. But I can be really myself. I can really meet the people on a real level. And I can learn from everybody. And I have actually the opportunity to work in the Garden of Verity. And it's a permanent teaching and discovering. You know, I learn from from the Tamil workers which are with me. And in their contact, I discover the deep parts of Tamil culture, and at the same time I learn also from Aurovillians. I'm very grateful to be here, and now, for me, just like in this small space, everything was represented. The whole world is coming, even the guests which are coming here. I have really something to learn from each of them. And of course, there is a spiritual side. Auroville is a space open on a higher consciousness, and sometimes we really feel it, and it also helps me much in my own path, to grow and to find the connection, a close connection between the inner being and what I can be in the reality. Of course, there is a matrimony. I had a duty, and it was not a duty, I can say it was a grace, a gift, to take care of the lotus pond, and also a very subtle work where you have to make understand to the people that they must respect the place, and that's at the same time being soft enough that they don't receive this like an oppression, but some help for them to grow, and so for them to be able to go